All right, so welcome back to part 2, ladies and gentlemen. We had the upper class and where they lived up top. We have the lower class where they live under the ground. The third space, which is outside of technological control and outside of surveillance, is the catacombs, which ironically is surveyed. But it's this place for dissidents and ideas, and that's what's happening there in the catacombs. Okay, so we do know that the workers have a lack of voice, but they have started to have meetings. They have secret maps of the catacombs and where they can all meet up. But Fritz Lang represents workers as simple and docile people. In the revolution stage of the film, they really can't distinguish between Robot Maria and real Maria, and they are certainly violent without thought. Very easy to incite them to a mob and to violence, and they certainly look like a group of people that need a mediator. Okay, so how do they control? We never see an army, we never see police, so there's this idea of the city needs the M machine to be working at all times. So the workers have to man the machine, and as you've seen throughout the film, when they're not manning the machine or the machine goes out of control, people die. So the city stops without this machine working, so it needs to go. So that is how this control is kept in this society. There is surveillance. Okay, we do have the Thin Man, we have Rotwang, we also have the idea that Fredderson can connect with the underground through his phone system. So it is really cool. And here is the Thin Man there. I love this idea of surveillance. This is the classic spying on somebody, disguising yourself by looking over the top of the paper. This is where it came from. That's you know, this movie's got so many firsts in films. Just had the other guy there. He's out of Charlie's Angels. So we have the surveillance, Thin Man and Grot, and the last one is Foucault's Panopticon. Okay, and you're going to have to look this up on the internet. It's really interesting. Okay, the idea, okay, is that the idea of the Panopticon originally was that outside you have all of the prisoners, and here you have the guard tower. Now, the idea is that all these prisoners at any point in time could possibly be being watched by the guard tower, so they act as they should. And so they're not being watched 24/7, but there's this idea that they could be watched. Okay, it's like when you go to the shops and you see a surveillance camera, you don't know if it's on or not, so you generally behave yourself. Okay, and this is really what they do in factories these days. The idea that you're being watched by the boss, so you do your best. So the control of human populations through subtle and often unseen forces. So it's represented in through the Tower of Babel, the new Tower of Babel, the building that is high above everybody. And when we have a look at Fredderson's office, he has these windows which highlight that idea that he is keeping a look over everything. All right, so contextually, politically in Germany, there was the new government, the Weimar government, and this government supported stronger unions. The workers were increasingly having more say in their rights, how long they worked for, how they got paid, what the conditions were like. And even though this is quite positive, those who normally had power in the country, the industrialists, those of the upper class with all the money, were not really happy about the new power of these workers. So there were questions from the right and the industrialists about the government being too soft on these workers, and the power of the government and who was in control, okay, was now being questioned. Was it the people with the money in control or the government in control? Thanks very much.